Inkswell Shield, of course, so they both combine well with Juggernaut Bounty. I do love the Lich plus Juggernaut lane a bit more. This might be a game where you want to go for an early hood just to be able to mitigate a lot of the Jakiro's damage. That way your lane should be a bit more secure, and that's when you start winning it. But I agree that you might not get as many kill options as you were hoping for in the early. I feel like the mid lane matchup is also quite important. Quite even between Ember and Void Spirit, but they both have really similar timings. And the difference is here that Ember is a bit weaker at getting solo kills. He usually has to go with his team. Void Spirit can really murder anyone. But Ember has much easier lanes to gank, because Bounty is a relatively easy hero to gank, whereas the Centaur or Lifestealer, not going to be an option.
The battle begins.
Okay, I mean, I like this for now. I think disruption level 1 is bad when you have a lane to take advantage of. I do find that Shadow Poison is still good at level 2 and 3 because it just does so much, but I'm just not that big a fan of Shadow Poison level 1. I feel like if you watch some of the more experienced Shadow Demon players, either they go for so much region that you can spam Shadow Poison perpetually, or they wait until they get level 2 because there's a huge boost in damage to actually start spamming it properly. Because otherwise, if they go for Magic Stick, they just counter that, right? And we do have at least one Magic Stick in the lane for Juggernaut, so I do like the disruption a bit better, especially because Centaur with a Hoof Stomp could just put a couple of attacks. Not much you can do in Lich to protect this. We'll see how these lanes go for them. I feel like if Fantastic 5 really wants to win this early or wants to take advantage of these strong lanes, as the disruption combo you talk about, you want to make sure the mid lane goes your way. So that's probably the more important lane. And the more pressure you put to make sure there's no rotations mid, the better it'll go for you.
This one was always mine.
True, true. I agree. I wouldn't say the same. I mean, maybe bottom lane, if you got like a really early hood, like I said, I think that's a good way to mitigate Jakiro's damage. And Lifestealer really doesn't. Yeah, so you see, like Lifestealer's getting crushed actually. Jakiro can't leave. There's the Inkswell. Do we have rage? We don't. Rari might be in trouble. Inkswell burst with a shuriken as well. Rari barely surviving, but Sayuw gets the kill there. Last little hit, Petushara giving him the vision so he can attack him. And first blood goes the way of Empire. Really nice to play. I love this bounty, dude. I really like this matchup. And this will allow you to get hood earlier. The earlier you get hood, the more Grimstone can rotate. And as you mentioned, I don't think Shadow Demon is in the position to do the same, because he needs to be up there protecting the Centaur. True, yeah.
Learn from your mistakes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No, we do not. 1T lead already for Empire, much like last game, where they start really early to amass a bit of an extra farm. We do have the Juggernaut just doing quite well on the top lane. Lifestealer, he's not struggling in terms of last hits, but it is really the constant ghost of that Janata, which is going to hurt him a bunch. Lifestealer has a tough time attempting to avoid this. You have a nice little movement speed, and you can rage away to try to get that extra movement speed and prevent that passive, but it's not easy to do that consistently. And because of Bounty Hunter's nice innate tankiness, one of the best tanky offlaners in general, actually super nice armor, really good HP, good regen, it's difficult for you to completely harass him out with Jakiro, especially when he can afford to go for the Hooded Defiance relatively early. So we'll see. Middle lane as well has gone slightly for the Ember side. This is pretty good for Fantastic 5. They needed this mid lane to go their way so they can at least mitigate the strong dual lanes they're up against in the side lanes. So there is a bit of a saving grace for them that's going to help them out a lot. Okay, so kill for kill there, right? You only lose the supports there. I mean, as long as the Juggernaut is not being stopped from farming, it's not that big a deal. As you mentioned, the Jug's lane against Centaur alone is not that bad, so I don't think Empire's too bothered by this. But of course, Supernova getting a bit of farm since he went for the double bracer build, kind of important. You do want Centaur to get those early items, particularly the Van Hood build, sorry, up and running as soon as possible so he can go and gank. It's hard to match the speed at which a Bounty Hunter gets online due to his track, but with a Centaur, you can at least offer some mitigating damage reduction that can really help with these early ganks. Because if you stop the enemy team from taking advantage of the track early, the Bounty Hunter can soon become a dead pick. Because he's not an offlaner that can farm or push lanes at all. Even with the new shard, it gives you a lot of utility, but you're still trying to really abuse the track. So the early game needs to go your way. Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, exactly. But bottom lane, there's nothing stopping Petushara from just staying in this lane completely, right? Like, no, you can't really harass him out now that he's finally gotten a bit of regen. They do have a dust though, so they're going for the kill potential. Petushara, nice, avoided that ice path, just barely though, and actually nicked him. Petushara trying to be as fast as possible with the face boots, and they will guarantee the skill. Nice job, Rari. They saw that the support was completely gone. He revealed himself top and took advantage of this to murder him. Smiling, that also in trouble. Healing ward, not good enough. And Ascult might be going for more. No, besides VANSKOR is a bit too hard of a kill. So I like this. They know that harassing him is not going to work. They need to go for the kill immediately. So the moment they just jump on him, they proceed to murder him. And that's the way to deal with a Bounty Hunter. And with the changes of the assist gold as well, since the enemy team is winning and the enemy team has a fair amount of gold lead into the Bounty Hunter invested, that's going to be a nice amount of assist gold going your way, which really helps you recover and actually gives the lead now back to Fantastic 5.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes. This Ember is a big deal as well. I feel like Ascult, because of his better lane, could rotate a bit earlier, and even though now the press kit has recovered and they're kind of matching each other, we have seen already the impact of the Ember going down top, right, to secure some farm for the Centaur as well, allowing him to recover a bit. We're getting close to the power spike for Bounty, playing close to that track, as in the top lane they see an opportunity to go for Supernova, Frost Shield, Zombie Slash, a bit annoying, but Smiling Knight, ooh, they try to hook stomp him, now with a body block, Ladon will sacrifice his HP, try to kill Smiling Knight, he has face boots here, and Sinister Gaze will stop him. VANSKOR says, I'll die for you, my Jug. Please remember me as I go silently to the grave.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yep. Well done. Supernova? Oh, the double shield, Inkswell plus the front shield, so annoying. This Jug has so many combos with the Ice Bat, stops him right in his tracks, with the hook stop as well. Sinister Gaze will keep Supernova inside. Can they proceed to murder him? The Ember's already coming, they don't see him in the map, so is the Press Kid, but Ember's just a slightly bit faster. And Ascald, yeah, he comes with the TT. He should be able to fight this 6-3-3. They see the opportunity, they're going for the Jakiro first. Smiling Line low on mana, has enough for the spin though. Now the Bounty joining in with the track gold. Jakiro's worth a lot of gold now. Ladon is still in position, another track for Ladon. They see him, they use the Shuriken toss, and that is should be guaranteed. No, never mind, sorry. I thought they were going to proceed to that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Count.
Yes. Not that much. Yeah, one of the advantages there, of course, the Stampede, as you mentioned, really useful. Both these team fights, they can engage much more aggressively and then easily be saved. Another advantage out of the team fight in general, Fantastic Five, is that they decided to play actually with 4. Their Lifestealer left and went away to farm. Since he has no track gold advantage, there's no point for him to be fighting with his team, unlike the Juggernaut, and at least they can even out the effect of the track gold by being a bit more efficient with their farming patterns. So well played by Rari. Now they're going for a tower in the mid lane. Let's see if this is going to work. There's no armor yet on Rari. Here comes Petushara, and it's just back to the lane again. Petushara annoying Rari, but they do catch a press with the Ice Path. With a Soul Bind, Chain Frost, that's going to be brutal. Double track as well. Both supports worth a fair amount of gold. As Ascald, the next target, he has a Remnant though. Should be able to get away. One last Sleight of Fist, and Ascald will just be trying to go home. However, a hasted up Void Spirit is chasing after him. Preskid wants to punish him. It's Fraticide here. If Preskid can get it, Centaur though stops this battle between brothers as he TPs in just to deter away this aggression. And Petushara is forced to go top to defend the tower, but I don't think he's going to be too successful. Catapult is hard for the Bounty Hunter to kill.
Is under attack.
That's Ice Path.
Fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now you take the tower up top. Nice little job here by Rari. Let's see if VANSKOR can survive this. He's hanging out in the trees. There's no TP. Okay. Yep. Well, I mean, you took the tower up top. You didn't manage to take mid, but a decent chunk of damage regardless. You take the tower up top, so you open up the map for Rari. And this is, again, the best way to guarantee that track is not too important, right? The more you open up the map, the more you can avoid team fights early, avoid this track power spike, and make sure that they can't really fight you. We have seen the power of this track because the support kills just worth so much, so Empire keeps concentrating on the easy kills rather than trying to go for the important ones because honestly right now they're kind of equally worth it.
Bounty.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Double Shuriken.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Smiling is biding his time, hanging out in the trees. He's hoping to initiate But he's a bunch of wasted time that he could be just farming the Battle Fury instead. He's being seen by a ward as well this whole time. So like, yeah, bide your time all you want, dude. We know where you are, Smiling Knight. And in fact, it doesn't seem like they care. But Fantastic 5 still wanting to commit to this tower. 63, the target. They're going to simulate. Fair amount of area damage here, but nice hope stop, bringing him back with the Inkswell. Army sets from behind. There goes Smiling Knight. Still surprised him despite him being under the ward, but the Infest saves his team. Nice little play there, but the Lifestealer, only 63 will be going down. And Empire now has to retreat. You've used all your ultimates. You don't have any more, no Chain Frost just yet, unless you go to the high ground. Seeker the Centaur playing a bit too hasty. Inkswell combo. It's gonna stun up the poor Centaur, and that's gonna guarantee a kill for Empire. Another track kill yet for them. And these team fights, if they're even, it benefits Empire due to the track goal. So this is exactly the kind of game they want to be playing. Constant fighting, not letting the enemy team farm, and forcing the Lifestealer to join these engagements. Yeah, very valuable kill there, but it doesn't bounce too much as well. Of course, you meant to say Supernova got saved by a disruption there, so at least he can get away. But the main kill on Ascol was successful. Of course, you couldn't really get the advantage there of the track too much, but hey, at least the kill on the Ember, always worth it. Battle Fury finally finished on the Jug, and now Lifestealer will struggle. Even if he plays efficiently around the map, he is going for Desolator plus Armlet build. Nice build for playing aggressively, but not a great build to match the farm of the Jug. And that plus the track gold should put Smiling Knight on a good track to destroy the Lifestealer and farm potential.
They did say alive or dead.
Well done. And the 3K lead starting to be a bit more noticeable as Empire can go for kills. Honestly, all over the map, as long as Smiling doesn't die here, yeah. They are now capable of going for solo kills, taking advantage of the fact that they're really good at ganking single targets here between the Void Spirit, the Bounty, and of course, whenever they need to go for a team fight, Chain Frost plus the Soulbind combo, a bit too powerful. And what I also like about this combo is that it's super easy to execute. Unlike, say, the Double Doom, where you want the right targets, or, you know, the Double Laguna Blade, where you kind of want to get the heroes who's not the offlaner. Just throw the Chain Frost out. You don't really care. It's going to bounce a punch. You always use double Chain Frost, and they can never get away. So it's only really Disruption that can truly save them. Ledon's been doing a good job of at least mitigating some of the Chain Frost damage, but there's only so much you can ask of your Shadow Demon, especially before he gets Ether Lens. He's quite close to it, but not there yet. Oh, 6v3? They did, yeah. All cast range talents got taken away. Akiro? They have the Shuriken. Can they kill 6v3? Oh, that infused raindrops, but that's not going to save you. Nice little ice bath, but unfortunately Petushara a bit too fast. You're never going to catch a bounty like that because he has the extra track movement speed. They took away the shard, so your team doesn't get any more, but you don't really care. Bounty got buffed in other ways as well. Particularly the cheaper Solar Crest really benefits a hero that likes to go for a bunch of cheap effective items early, and also the improvement of the Vlad's really good for him. Top of that. That's a bait? Can't run. Yeah, okay. I mean, that was quite good for Fantastic 5. Nice little bait there. I was wondering, I was like, why are you not checking Outpost? Are you that confident you can fight him? Yes, you were. Lifestealer did reach his, he's very close to getting his Desolator, so that's going to be his real power spike this game. As I said, he can play a bit faster than Jug, so now you can start putting a lot of pressure on the enemy team. And again, really smart usage of Stampede to make sure that you can always disengage. I feel like Supernova should always say that though as a defensive ability or as a re-engagement rather than the initiation. Of course, you want to be able to go in, but now that your blink tag is almost up, you'll have more options to go in without having to waste your Stampede, which has been honestly much more successful when you need to retreat or, again, re-engage here. And of course, the Jakiro as well in a similar vein can really do a nice follow-up. You have the Ember Spirit as well with a bit more damage, so you're starting to get the beginning of your initiation much more solid, and you still have that insane re-engage to punish Empire, who's definitely going to want to overcommit to most things due to the confidence track gives you. Smiling Knight, they see you.
Warriors fall.
If you listen to our traffic report guy, you would have understood that actually the rating jungle right now is kind of difficult to defend. So even when you're tired and you take over the enemy side of the map, even with a tier 2 down, it's difficult to completely secure that jungle. And they can always ward you in some special spot due to how far away the wards are from each other. So it's not a good place to be farming this early, especially with tier 2 still up. You gotta play a bit more defensively. VANSKOR in the top lane. Hoof stomp. He's gonna be brought down as well. But this is definitely just a massive encouragement by Fantastic 5. They really are just looking for kills all over the map, trying to take advantage of these power spikes they just got, as Empire weakened a bit, hoping to get their next items, but not there yet. They're not ready to fight in these 5-on-5 engagements. Yes.
Radiant are scanning.
Agreed. It has always been the traditional weakness of a bounty hunter as a 3, right? That you just don't bring as much team fights as a centaur. So coming to this point, you're a bit weaker. That's why the shard fixed it so much, at least as a 3. It gave him a lot of buffs to be able to at least bring a stun to the table. He hasn't gone for the shard yet, though, so we're going to see a big advantage for Fantastic 5 the more heroes there are, due to their better control. And, I mean, the Ags can fix it. The Ags on Void Spirit can fix that a bit. But I don't think it's going to be enough. You want the shard on top of that. You want, like, maybe even considering things like Hexes, because that combines really well with the Soulbind, or something that can allow you to actually hit and not be so crushed by the Stampede. Yeah. Oh, it's true.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You are most gracious.
They caught the centaur here. Oh, Presky gets away. There's a searing chains though. Soulbind, can they use the chain frost on top of this? No, they infest. They go inside the centaur, and that's the best way to counter the Soulbind. Just combine them into one hero. In comes the Emperor though. And counter initiation with a hook stun. They have the infest. They can still get away. Omni Slash. Lightstealer didn't want to die here, but he gets stunned instead. And he gets punished. Rari and Supernova just went in like Mavericks and got punished as such. Instead, Askel, he can get away with the spirits, but they're going for the support. They're still worth it to the track goal. 6-3 in trouble. Similar will finish him off. And Fantastic 5, at least Askel will survive, but that pesky tier 1 is also in trouble. Empire will just get a really nice team fight out of a kind of a haphazard initiation. Oh, they're actually gonna go for Roshan instead of the tier 1. Yes. Yes. It's too difficult. The Solo Crest really helps taking these objectives early, so again, nice pick up Petushara. I do think that you need to rush that Solo Crest. Oh, they're going to the enemy triangle. They want to fight this Askel? No way. And they can get the Soul combo off. They do actually. He's stunned. Silence now. Can they kill the Emperor? They do. Askel is down. And that's, well, the only core you couldn't kill the last engagement. Fixing your mistakes here. Really nice by Empire. Going for Ladon as well. At least he'll gain some time for his team with the disruption. But he'll still fall. And in fact, Empire doesn't seem to care. They go into the low ground. Supernova up to the high ground. Thanks to Sinister Gate. But a beautiful hook stop with the Macropire. Kind of counters Empire. They lose their bounty. No longer worth to go for more of these kills. No more track gold. You already got a lot out of this, so it's fine. And you can even put a bit of wards here if you want to control the enemy triangle.
Bounty.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yes.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Vanished,
Yes.
but not
Really good against Sinister Gaze if it wasn't for the host stomp. Oh no, Rari.
Dire's bottom
this will be the greatest success.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
Yes.
middle tower is under attack.
They have superior vision now and a bit better map control now that they stopped going for these kind of haphazard engagement and raiding jungle. They're playing around the top side of the map, which is, again, pretty decent for Dire, even at this point in the game. Ascold. Oh, can they catch him? I mean, they don't have a shard here. I don't think they have any stuns. Oh, no, they do, sorry. Petushara, 1 second stun, unfortunately not good enough to kill an Ember. But good try. So yeah, Empire's playing really haphazard engagements now, but in the right way. Chaotic engagements that take advantage of the extra movement speed that they have, all these tools to re-engage, and of course that double chain frost always useful. But we have seen a couple missteps by Rari particularly, always getting caught up on the silence. Yeah, maybe a bit too cocky on this Lifestealer who has no way of dispelling the ghost. He's now actually considering BKB just for that factor. Yes. Yeah, but you need more time for this build to work, because usually the difference between Ember Void is that Void brings a lot of initiation to the game. He's a nice little tank, so he's great in these early mid-game fights. Well, that's exactly what you're lacking. And the Ember, once you get to the late game, has much more damage himself. Now we go for the combo. Nice little silence. Inkswell will stun. The disruption should save. They have the stun of the bounty, but we've seen that not be too successful yet. The host stun almost stops him. Double chain front with double sinister gaze. Lich back in action. VANSKOR plus Sayuw really carrying their team here. The two supports doing what they need to do as they get yet another track kill onto Ladon, and they're looking for more. Rari, can they stop his TP? He actually forgot to rage. Depressed kid still has that Yule Scepter, but he goes inside a creep. Bounty Hunter's trying to run up to him. VANSKOR as well. Sinister Gaze. They stop the creep. Where do you get out, Lifestealer? Now he does. Silence up. Yule Scepter to set up for the Remnant. He's stunned. He has no time for the rage. No BKB just yet. Rari's been perpetually silent. They even commit the switch slash there just to make sure that this Lifestealer goes down. Rari once again caught out because of a small mistake there of not raging before he TP'd.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yes. Yeah, that Lich, honestly, the double Sinister Gaze, people were saying earlier, not great Sinister Gazes, but VANSKOR is redeeming himself with these past few. Really, really strong. He's actually even going for the shard, the little Ice Spire. Well, not too bad if the Chain Frost is your strongest skill. And here, another Soul Bind, but no Chain Frost to follow up. Depressed Kid, though, still doing a fair amount of damage. Here comes the Bounty. Stampede trying to chase after Depressed Kid. They do see the Shakira in the backlines. The supports, or particularly the Grimstroke, is in trouble. He's just playing around with the Emperor. Has to the BKB. There's a switch slash again. again to get close to the Ember, and it seems like Askel, no, he's actually going to be able to kill the VANSKOR. That VANSKOR dies Supernova, the Omni Slash though committed for this offlaner. They kill Askel with Assimilate, and Depressed is just going to destroy their backline. 63 cannot get away from this the Inkswell. Depressed still alive, no Assimilate, but the tower is not aggroing to him. They might be diving a bit too far though. They need to get away. They have Smiling Knight, and Empire realizing this, they're going to walk out mostly unscathed, only Lich down. Fantastic Five need to do something here. They do see the bounty. Another Swift Slash. Depressed Kid still fighting aggressively, hoping for another kill. He dies because of that. He thought he could do that, and he bit off a bit more than he could chew. And instead, Sayuw will also fall. That re-engage, not the most well-advised. And Empire will have to retreat, now finally acknowledging they're not strong enough to do those kind of plays.
Bounty.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Haste.
Yes. Oh, VANSKOR fixes. Same with Ember.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it wasn't a win by any means by Fantastic Five, but at least a good trade, especially considering you're losing. I mean, if you're losing, kind of a win in that sense, right? Now they're gonna go for another kill. Rari yet again, dude. Silent stun. This kill is just a bit too easy for them. Stampede to save him. They go with a Swift Slash, has enough damage. They do have the Basher here for Rari, but they slow him down. Nice Demonic Purge. Smiling Knight did have the Shard, just unlucky with those bashes, so he couldn't quite kill the Lifestealer. But, I mean, these things shouldn't happen. Just use Stampede just to save him. The Infest as well. And not like Empire committed too much to that initiation.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Each blow sharpens our blade.
Yes. And now they're defending the enemy triangle. This is what Dire needs to do, by the way, nowadays. Like, usually you didn't used to play this aggressively, but because the Radiant jungle is not as defendable, triangle is much more so. Once you have a lead, you take over the triangle completely, push top, push mid, and do the same thing you used to do last patch when you were absolutely dominating, right? When you overwhelmingly strong on the enemy team. Because this triangle is just so valuable now with this new little road, this new little pathway nearby. You can easily siege mid, easily siege top, and there's so many choke points you can fight around, which of course Fantastic Five would like to be able to fight around them with their Jakiro Centaur, but aren't able to do so due to their lack of map control. Look at this little smoke gank, Richie.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, they're gonna go for the Dawn, or perhaps the Centaur. Actually, just go for both. So much. Chain Frost again. They do get it off, but they did use the BKB Stampede, so that should be good enough to save him. Maybe Centaur's still in trouble. Chain Frost annoying him. They even used the Infest to give him extra HP. At least he will live. Those Chain Frost dealt a whole hell of damage. They had the Ice Spire, but unfortunately VANSKOR could not really set it up, which is why those Chain Frost stopped bouncing once the Soulbind ended his duration.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They have Omni though. Nice. Unfortunately for them, I think that Omnislash was slightly lucky, as you saw with the Lotus Orb. The Lotus Orb the carry, but he just goes, well, okay, I'll just Omnislash the Centaur, and they jump immediately to the carry, right? Which completely canceled that BKB duration. Not that the BKB mattered too much, because with the faster Jug is just ready to fight you regardless. The faster Shard combo is great, because you have just constant invulnerability. First Swift Slash, then Omnislash, then Blade Fury. That's the ideal combo, because that's the most optimal to maximize the Swift Slash cooldown, and that way Life Stealer just can never really hit you. He even had to waste the whole attack just to attack the healing ward, which is so annoying, keeping Smilelight alive the whole time. And now you lose 2 lanes of Rax, perhaps even the Roche if they want to go for it afterwards. I don't see why not, right? As Fantastic Five, they just don't. They just don't have a chance right now to get these initiations if they keep... I mean, again, it's same as last game, where I feel like they took a bit too long to realize the weaknesses of their draft, and by the time that they're actually mitigating these weaknesses, like with the BKB on Lifestealer, it's a bit too late, because the enemy team already has such a sizable lead that even if you play perfectly, it's just too difficult to beat them. And that's also one of the advantages of the track, of course. It does not let you commit any mistakes, as any single mistake gives the enemy team such a sizable lead that you just have to kind of give up after a while. Shard for Void Spirit. Nice. Those bashes. Yeah, that Fantastic Five. These team fights, like I said, not really easy. I feel like the Infest Bomb combo that they keep running with the Centaur is doing more damage than good, because I see it sets up for a really easy Soulbind Chain Frost or a really easy Omni Slash. It's been twice we see this happen. Empire, they don't know there's no buyback on Life Stealer, but they're still going to go for the tier 4s. Nothing is stopping Empire right now. These team fights have been way too easy for them. E-Blade even on the bounty, and if Life Stealer didn't struggle enough, look at the Depressed kid go. He's literally fighting a whole team. Swift Slash, they murder Supernova so quickly. Smiling Knight kind of stuck there for a bit. Still has the Aegis though. They're going to continue pushing his tier 4s. You lost your initiation. You ulted them for Ember Spirit. The support trying to block it. They do a good job though. And Asgold silenced and murdered. Just so easy for Empire. They're not breaking a sweat. It's over for Fantastic Five. This should be the GG. Now that you lost to the Emperor for 90 seconds, even if Life Stealer comes back, there's an E-play just in case. They're Fountain farming, they're OGing this, and it seems like they're gonna be doing one last fight here for Fantastic Five. Yeah, as they throw out the GG. It's over. It's gonna be a 2-0 in favor of Empire.